Would I be wrong in saying that phone usage today has gone completely crazy? Okay. People are walking around constantly looking at a screen and they're constantly using their thumbs and their fingers in order to send messages or interact with various apps. One of the most annoying things for me is when you go to a theater or a cinema or some kind of entertainment place where really phones should not be allowed or a thing. You suddenly see things like this come up and you see the light of the phone that the person is using. And it is the most distracting thing that you could possibly imagine, just seeing that when you are trying to be entertained. Well, I have some news for you. Apparently, a company has perhaps found a way around it. Hello, and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters.
I crown you Queen of the Woke!
Let's chat about it. So, what I mean by that is phone free concerts are now becoming a thing, and it's just amazing. So, I have this piece of news here. I will make sure to link it below for you. Let's keep it positive. So, let's look up this positive piece of news. Offline trend sees thousands attending phone free concerts, dates, and events where you can find your people. I like the idea of this. I mean, all theatres, cinemas, and these types of events need to be phone free anyway, out of common courtesy and respect for others. Let's read what it has to say. This article is by Andy Corbley. And it was published, this was a video that was meant to release last Monday. It was published on the 19th of November. So it is a little bit behind, more than just a little bit behind, 12 days behind, in fact. I do apologise, but I did have a massive family emergency, which has resolved itself as if nothing ever happened. It's interesting how that happens sometimes. Anyway, one of the realities of social media addiction is the self-awareness of the addicted. I would agree with that. That's very true. Social media is very addictive. A recent survey from the British Standards Institution found that 68% of teens respondents said that they feel worse when they spend too much time on social media, and 47% would remove them from existence if they could. The thing is, they could do that. It's very easy to do that. Just get yourself a flip phone. Go back to the bog standard flip phone. Don't interact. There are lots of people that I know that do not use social media. But 68% of teens say they feel worse. And I think one of the reasons why that is a thing is because you see a lot of negative posts, and those negative posts, and I know I'm kind of guilty of it because obviously we do woke news Wednesday through to Friday on this channel before the evergreen content. It gets pushed a lot more, okay, because it attracts more engagement. So I'm not surprised by that at all whatsoever. I would say that that's quite shocking from teens as well, though, because teens are the ones that you see quite often hammering away at their phones. So it's not surprising, continuing on, that hundreds of thousands of people are now attending IRL, which means in real life, if you don't know what that means, events where phones are either banned or limited. I heard, and I don't know who it was. I heard that a pop star had it so that you put your phone into some kind of bag or something, and you needed a passcode to get it out in order to stop you from using your phone. Anyway, several news services are now curating offline experiences for social gatherings and dating, and the number of these events that are landing on calendars of Americans and Europeans is a testament to the deep desire for human to human contact. Well, of course, because that's how we all function. We all need human to human contact. So this makes total sense. I understand this. Have you ever seen those like I think they're like cages, and you put them in the middle of the dinner table, and you put your or restaurant table, and you put your phone into that particular cage, and it's locked for the entire time, and the first person to get the phone has to pay or something. I don't know. I've seen things like that. Anyway, have you ever used one of those? Please do let me know in the comments section below. GNN has reported on the offline movement before. That's the Good News Network. The Offline Club of Europe has over 500,000 Instagram followers, an ironic yardstick of success, and chapters across the continent gather at venues where one's smartphone is locked in the box at the start of the event. Okay, I've not read this article. I just took the screen grab, so I was not expecting that. So that's good. Same wavelength. Brilliant. Once inside, reading, chatting, sharing a drink, playing a board game, in short, everything that we used to do to socialize are preferred over looking down at your phone. Goodness me, it's so nostalgic. They often say that millennials, because I'm a wretched millennial, are the most nostalgic because we see a lot of the last of certain things, and we are the first to experience the new things. So we are the last to experience the old stuff. And then obviously we are the first to experience the new stuff. So, to me, when the VHS disappeared and it went into DVDs, it was like, no, bye, so long, VHS. Hello, DVD, what is this craziness, That was as modern as I got. I never went to Blu-ray. In addition to the offline club, companies like Kanso, Sofa Sound, and the app 222 or 222 are making a business out of disconnecting humans from their social media feeds that overflow with targeted ads and AI generated drivel. Yes, thank you, Good News Network. I hate AI too. Well, all the stuff that is just absolutely not needed. AI slop. I believe that YouTube has a lot of AI content farms now. So long to the 5-minute crafts and things like that. But you know what I mean. Each one has found itself a niche, but all are returning us to the social activities that our parents used to do before phones. Canso, which is not an app but rather an event planner, has hosted a few curated phone-free events at different venues in large cities, mostly NYC, San Francisco, or London. Please do let me know in the comments section below if you have been to any of these phone-free events. Theatres and cinemas could use with these types of boxes and bags. I will say that. They recently conducted their first phone-free live music event in San Diego called Canso Unplugged. Love it. After Canso's first event in New York City, founder Randy Ginsberg wrote in an article explaining the concept. Immediately after the event, I had people coming up to me saying it was the best experience they've ever had in New York. Yes, because they're not on their phones, they're actually interacting with people, they're being social butterflies. The amount of lack of social ability that people have because of what social media has done is astounding. Like I feel sorry for the iPad babies. Let's just put it like that. Guests stayed well past the allotted event duration, and many went on to form real friendships after meeting there. One guy even met an investor who wired money into his startup the very next day. Wow, that's amazing. Participants' phones are placed in a small locker, which they can access at the end of the event. 222 or 222 is a free app only for iPhones currently. Get it on Samsung and the other ones once you finish your beta testing. That sends out invites to the groups of people that take place in public settings, encouraging its users to choose chance. There are no profiles, no sliding into DMs, no swiping, and no scrolling. That sounds like a dream. The app will find other vetted users who are most likely to share interests and invites them to all these public events where they can mingle freely. And I like social media, don't get me wrong, but it does have an impact on our everyday lives and what we do. So it's really nice to hear that people are being productive about it and trying to get us to go, at least in some respect, to some normality of how we used to be before social media started to present a dominance. And I think that's good. I still want social media to stay. I don't want it to go away because I do like interacting with people online because I wouldn't have you guys have voice, you know? It is highly rated by 3,600 users on Apple, 4.7 out of 5 stars, where it was lauded as a must try and a versatile event organizer that offers the chance for a fun night out, even if it doesn't lead to romance. Sofa Sounds is a pop up concert business that connects artists and audiences through a unique and intimate experience in 400 cities around the world. The events aren't offline or phone free per se, but they ask participants to refrain from using their phones during the show. Just put it in your bag, switch it off, put it in your bag, put it on silent, do whatever, don't look at it. Just enjoy what it is that you are supposed to be doing. And, a show, what, 2, 3 hours, maybe 4 max. You can live without social media for that long. And I like this concept. I love this idea. I love it. Sofa sends out the address of the venue less than 24 hours before the start time, which can be anywhere in apartments all over the world, in parks, art galleries, on rooftops, and even in one of Richard Branson's homes. Wow. Rubbing the high life with the celebrities there. Bit of networking. Is he in attendance? We didn't expect that it would resonate with others to the extent that it did, said co-founder Rafe in an interview with Business Insider. People started calling us from other cities saying they wanted to host events there too, and it entered into a movement. We had at the top of a ski jump in Oslo overlooking the city. Oslo? I do apologize if I said that wrong. Spaces are often very tight to allow for unplugged instruments, and phone use is requested to be postponed until after the show to allow full attention on enjoying the music. There are likely more options for engaging with the world and humanity offline. These are just a few that are exploding into popularity. So if you recoiled a few years ago at Mark Zuckerberg's notion that we could all own our own houses in a metaverse that is only seen while wearing goofy and expensive VR goggles. Yeah, I didn't take to that. Or if you experience revulsions at the news that people are making friends and having relationships with AI chatbots, you're not alone. The rapid growth of services like 222 and Cancer proves that regardless of how digitalized the world has become, there are many for whom analog is and always will be the preferred medium of connection. And you can't deny it. That is true. We all like social media. We all like interacting with people on social media. And that is absolutely okay. And for a lot of people, it can be a crutch. But I think over the years, because of the increase in phone usage and the fact that these are just mini computers within themselves, we've all, and I am guilty of it, okay? A lot of us have ended up with some kind of overuse addiction. And I think that taking the notion to start reminding us that, hey, we can interact as well outside of social media is very important, especially more so for the young people who have not experienced life without this. Because they've experienced life without this, they don't realize that they've got this whole other world that is accessible to them without the use of social media. And social media should stay 100%. I do agree, it should stay. And we should interact and we should use it because, we enjoy it. And we all have our vices that we love to do, and it should stay. But at the same time, we've got to be aware of how much we are using the phone. And social media, obviously. So these ideas, these concepts, although nothing new to a millennial like myself and perhaps boomers and things like that, they're going to be an absolute bonus for our younger generation and the iPad babies. So please, it's so great to hear this. So great to hear this. Please do keep it up. Anyway, that's what I think. Please do let me know what you think. Check out some of the other content that I have picked out for you. Thank you very much for watching. That's it for me for the week. Well, my week anyway. And I will see you on Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching today. Don't forget you can join me on my other platforms as well. I've got YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, X, TikTok, Instagram, Locals, Substack, and I also have a Discord. Everything is linked below.